Nice.
You happy?
Yes.
I like that brew a bit. It needs to be like black, black, black.
Yeah, it isn't that.
Hmm?
No, just. Okay, let's do a check. That works.
Check for me. Check, check, check. Hello, lobster. Hello.
Yes, it's weird to see you without a scarf, Richard.
Where?
All right.
You ready?
Yes, we are ready.
All right. Hello, dear earlobes. This is me. Who is me? Remind me who I am, please.
Damien.
Yes, and you are Marcel.
Yes,
right. And this is The Future Does Not Exist. And today I will be taking the role of Mr. Lobster. So our dear friend Richard couldn't got to be with us today.
No,
He's
yeah,
off.
important stuff.
Yes, his important stuff in other countries to do.
Yes.
And Marcel's been trying to wrangle us into the same into the same country at least for quite some time.
Yes.
We've
Before the end of the year.
I don't want to know what my carbon footprint is for the last few months. It was like Greta and her pals will be very angry with me. I think I've done a lot of miles. But this is The Future Does Not Exist, and this is a podcast about memory and whatever the hell else we decide to talk about.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
But thankfully you've set this up very nicely. It's cold and wet outside. It's the autumn,
Yes.
but we've got a nice cup of tea brewing.
Yes.
And
Santa Claus is in the country.
yes, I got things thrown at me today by 3 little Petes that were under the age of 7,
Okay.
and I just stared at their mother and was like, "It's too early for this."
Cool.
But they were very excited. The little white boys done up like not white boys.
Yeah. But to be fair, this is custom to be thrown stuff at you.
Yes. Yeah, little biscuits. It wasn't nasty.
Okay.
But they were obviously quite delighted to be naughty Pete. So they're on the train, literally throwing handfuls of paper noting around. Nobody was amused at all. I thought it made me giggle, but until I got hit in the head with a paper noting, and then I scowled at one of them.
And you turned this grumpy foreigner like, "Stop that!
Yeah.
Don't your parents know you should behave?"
Yeah, little grumpy Damien came out for a moment,
Oh.
but then.
But
it was
that
all-
could
it was
also be
fun.
the lack of sleep.
Oh, definitely. I think I'm averaging around about 4 hours a night at the minute.
Okay.
I'm not living well.
You're not
I'm having
living
fun,
well.
but I'm not living well.
What happened to your comfortable life of living in the suburbs of Leiden?
In suburbs of Leiden, well, the apartment is still very lovely, and it's even more lovely because I'm hardly ever in it at the minute.
You're keeping it safe.
I've been in lots of places. I think last time we spoke, we'd just come back from Halden, and I was preparing to go on a bunch of adventures.
Yeah, and I think you finally set up the beds because your parents were there,
Yeah.
so you really had to.
So we had our parents were here for a month, which was which was quite a thing. That's the longest I've spent in the company of my parents in like one month of time since I left school. And it was great. It was great to have them here, but it was also like an intense month, plus working and stuff. Then from that straight to Halden, then back, then a big product release. Then I went to Nashville for a week. Then I came back and had another product release in the next week. Then I went from there to Budapest. Then I went from there to New Orleans. Then I came back and I was at work for 2 days. And then I went to the UK for a week. And then I came back. It was madness. It was good fun though.
Oh.
And all of those places, most of them were work related.
Mm.
And it was kind of strange, like some of these things that kind of came up almost last minute. The Nashville trip we thought was going to happen months ago.
Yeah.
Then we were told we weren't allowed to be there, and then 2 weeks before it was only said, "Oh yeah, you can come." So I had to like get everything ready in 2 weeks and organise it, and then get ourselves over there, and we were there for a week. And then the Budapest one was arranged a few months in advance. We knew that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the one in New Orleans who was like, "Yeah, they sound like two," but they were literally back to back. So I had like 1 day in between, so I had to get from Budapest to New Orleans in a day.
Oh.
And trust me when I say that international travel is not going well at the minute.
No, okay. Yeah, I had a story this morning. That's a girl. She lives in New York. She needs to be in Holland today for a exposition. But if she comes here, she has to stay in Holland for 120 days to be accepted for a new visa.
Mm.
Otherwise, she can't go back to the house she has in New York.
Yeah, interesting. And there's a big thing at the minute, like with the shutdown, that a lot of air traffic controllers have reported in sick.
Yeah.
Because basically they're not going to get paid if they come in. It's like, no, not doing that.
No.
So America's travel chaos is quite chaotic, and a bit random. So, of all of those things, the Nashville trip was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, Marcel, but I know lots of musicians.
Yeah.
And I know some musicians that live in Nashville.
Yeah.
And have told me that it's a good place for musicians to be, and I knew that it was the home of country and all of this kind of stuff. Has anyone ever in your life said, you need to go to Nashville?
No.
No, not one person. I'm telling you right now, you need to go to Nashville. If ever there was a town that was built for me, it's that one. If I'd found it when I was 21, I would never have left.
And is there a reason for that?
It exists. The entire city exists to watch live music and have a good time.
Okay. But doesn't that become boring quick?
I doubt it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Well, certain parts of it definitely would get boring. In fact, although you'd die within a month.
Yeah.
But in terms of like choice, what do you want to do? Things to do. Great city, really lively, great people, food amazing. But again, choice of music every night, incredible.
Okay.
Incredible. And if you want a good night out and you want to go and just have a giggle and go watch the band, I've not come to a place like it. I've been to many a party destination in the world. I've had New Year's in Edinburgh and things like that. I have not come anywhere near that honky-tonk highway or whatever the hell they call it in downtown Nashville. I've not seen anything like it, ever.
Okay, but do you remember one name of a band that you saw?
Most of them were cover bands, so they're not so much. There was one called Hippies and Horrors or something like that. But anyway, it's right. Let me explain it properly. All right, so I can give you a sense of what it like. There are many places. Like, let's take the Reeperbahn for example.
Yeah.
Right. Reeperbahn is amazing. Reeperbahn Festival is incredible. It's a long street in Hamburg, and it has bars on either side, and each of those bars has a band on, like every night, and you can walk backwards and forwards in between the thing and see a whole range of stuff, and it's all good fun.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine the Reeperbahn, twice as wide.
Yeah.
Right, and every single building for about a quarter of a mile on either side is a bar.
Okay.
Each bar is at least 5 stories high.
Okay.
Most of them have a rooftop bar as well.
Of course.
And every floor in every bar has a live band on all day, every day. So you're walking down the street, and of course it was like 30 degrees, so it's lovely.
Yeah.
Windows are all open on the ground floor, and all the bands are in the window. Right?
Okay.
So as you're walking down the street, you can literally hear 60 drum beats, like all at once. It's the most cacophonic sound I've ever heard.
Wow.
Now, there are bad points to it, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, after we were there a week, by the 3rd day we were like, we don't ever need to be here again. It's like, I've heard far too many versions of Freebird for anyone's health. But we arrived on the Saturday. No, I arrived on the Saturday, and a colleague joined me on the Saturday evening. I had a nice walk around. They have a life-size plaster replica of the Acropolis in Athens in a park.
Of course.
It's like exact size. So I had a walk around there, had a nice walk through the neighbourhood, had a walk up Music Row, which is really good. Went to Studio B, where Elvis recorded some of his earlier stuff, looked across at Studio A, which was the studio that Ben Folds ran for a long time. So did my pilgrimage stuff, all lovely, great.
Yeah.
This was a main studio, but it was impressive, but unfortunately far too touristy now.
Yeah.
But just to be in that space was quite a fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then walked down into town, got myself a little bit of lunch, had a nice thing. Went to see Stereolab,
Okay.
who were incredible, but they also played in a bowling alley.
Of course.
Okay, but people were bowling while they were playing.
Nice.
So every time there was like a quiet part in the song, going on in the background, I was like, this is really surreal. Great gig.
Mm-hmm.
My Mexican colleague Javier joined me. He said, "Oh, they're amazing." And he said, "Oh, I've heard that Nashville's got good nightlife." And I was like, "Yeah, apparently there's like this one street that's supposed to be pretty good. Let's have a walk down there." So we walked down, and it's, I would say, somewhat lively for a middle of a Saturday night in the middle of a city. There's some people enjoying restaurants and things, and then we get round the corner onto this street, and it was like a football stadium had come out. There were like tens of thousands of people lining this street, and every single one of them absolutely cunted drunk beyond belief, like staggeringly drunk. And it was like, what is this? And then we realised that, you know, there was just, it was loud, not just because of the people, but loud because of all the music.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, where do we go? And like everywhere, like some place was so busy we couldn't even get in. But then we kind of like staggered, and it's literally like a half a mile on either side of just full on bars. And then each of those bars is owned by some famous musician.
Yeah.
So there's a John Bon Jovi bar, and there's a Kid Rock bar, and there's a Post Malone bar, and a Jelly Roll bar, and a Garth Brooks bar, and you name it, they've all got one up the street. And we just kind of did this pub crawl.
Yeah.
But did about 8 or 9 pubs in the space of like 40 metres. It's like just stagger, and then the scale of it was just insane. So like I say, it's not like, oh, this bar's got a band on.
Yeah.
This bar has a band here, a bar halfway up the stairs, a bar in that room. Round the back there's another bar, and then there's a band in there, and then upstairs there's another band, and then you get to the roof and there's a band up there. There's just bands everywhere. But not only that, they're all really, really, really good. Like they can properly play.
Nice.
And I was getting like we had a great laugh. Everybody's dressed in like cowboys and cowgirls.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say I've developed a thing for the cowgirl look, which I didn't really think I had until I went to Nashville.
Yeah.
But I can yes, absolutely, it works.
Yeah.
Great night out, absolutely brilliant. Some of the tricks that the bands have, because I get the impression that none of them get paid by the bar.
Yeah.
It's just tips. So they don't just walk around with a hat, they walk around with big plastic buckets. Like, you know, like the 10-gallon, big grain seed things. They walk around with them, right? But they have little tricks. And it was like, oh, someone's asked for Freebird. We're not playing it until we've got $100. So then they start, and I think we went in about, must have been about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or 10:30, something like that, after the gig, maybe even 11. And people were merry and drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably took them, in the first part, about 10 minutes to get $60.
Yeah.
By the time it got to like midnight, there was we're not playing this song until we get $100. They were getting thousands thrown at them. Like this, just everybody's, and I'm not joking, everybody is beyond drunk.
Nice.
But not a single argument, not a single bit of trouble anywhere in the city. It was amazing.
Okay.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen, and just just sums the town up. Right? So in a bar, there's a vending machine.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you expect that that's going to be full of?
Beers.
No.
Snacks.
No.
Towels.
No.
Phone chargers.
Well, okay, good guess. No.
No.
Maybe condoms, something like that, possibly in the bar.
Could be, yeah.
No, the entire vending machine is full of guitar strings.
Of
It's like, that's Nashville in a nutshell. But I think the population must be 60% guitarists.
Yeah.
And 25% are drummers. And they're all walking the streets carrying their kids from bar to bar. It's crazy. But again, just the quality of what they did was really impressive.
Yeah.
Once we'd seen it a couple of days, oh yes please. Once we'd seen it like a couple of days, we needed to go elsewhere in the city. But everywhere you go, there's a band on. Like in every restaurant, in everybody, you can't escape musicians. They're everywhere. Like even in the airport, like the airport gates, like the sea gates, or whatever thing. There was like 4 restaurants on the C section of the airport. Yeah. And every one of them's got live music on all day. It's like it is music time.
There's no escape.
No, at all. But then it has like it's got the country Western Museum, which is pretty good. There's loads of good venues. I went to Ryman Auditorium, one of the most hallowed music spaces in the world, and got to see Houndmouth finally, and Wildorado, apparently they're called, even though I've been calling them Wildorado for ages. Both bands were brilliant, but Ryman, what a place! Yeah. What a place! Like Church of Music, Paradiso, lie down in shame. Sorry, Ryman wins hands down. Stunning place. And it's right round the corner from that Madness Street as well. So
this was only 1 week.
It's only 1 week. And the conference I was there for was really good too, and actually quite fun to work.
Okay.
But actually the thing I wanted to talk, because you were asking me before we came on air, so to speak, about books. Obviously I've done a lot of book reading. So I flew into Boston in order to change to go down to Nashville. Yeah. And I had like 3.5 hours to kill or something. Yeah. So I was like, I was here in June, I'll go back to the place I got some food last time. Yeah. And have a beer, because that was quite nice. So I walked around, sat down, sat at the bar, and got a book out. Just ordered, and this woman came around, ordered myself a beer, ordered some food, just sat reading my book. And then this other barmaid appeared and she goes, "Oh look, it's the reader." And I looked up and realised she was talking to me. She goes, "Hey you, how you doing?" And I was like, "I'm fine, thanks." She was like, "You've been here before?" And I was like, yeah, like a few months ago. Yeah, I remember you." And I was like, "You remember me?" Yeah. She said, and then she basically went on, sorry for my horrible Bostonian accent, but she went on to say like, "Yeah, you're the only person I know that would sit at the bar and get a book out and sit on his own." And I was like, "But that's how this place works. Yeah. You get a table if there's a group of you, but like you just sit at the bar if you just don't want to be seated or anything." She says, "Yeah, but no other fucker reads." And I was like, "Oh, right, okay." And she looks over to her friend, she goes, "Hey look, it's the reader, it's the reader." So I was like, I've only been in the States for like 30 minutes and I'm already recognised. This is a celebrity. Silly. Wow. Right, giggled about that. Had some food. Anyway, flew down to Nashville, always good. Yeah. Went to leave Nashville and I was supposed to fly to Boston again. Got on the plane, always good. We were sat down on time. Yep. And then after about 15 minutes, I thought, Jesus, it's hot in here. And after about 30 minutes, I was sweating buckets and I was like, it's really, really hot in here. And then after about an hour where we haven't gone anywhere and I'm like melting, the pilot just came out and he went, "We can't cool the plane down, everybody off." So we had to get off and they were like, "We're going to get someone in to fix it, we'll be back on in an hour." I was like, okay. And then it was like, "We've got a part, but they have to fly the part to us from Boston." So I was like, "Oh, well, what's the plan?" They were like, "Well, we should be going in we're supposed to leave at 3. Yeah. So we should be leaving at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I was like, "But you're flying a plane in from Boston, that's not going to work." And they were like, "No." And I said, "Look, my connection is late tonight, I'm not going to make it." She said, "Well, if we look at it, you've still got an hour and a half, we're not going to do anything." And as soon as I said that, and then went and sat down, our flight disappeared from the board and I checked my app and it was like, "You're leaving at midnight." And I was like, "Oh, shit." At which point, there were 200 people waiting to talk to the woman I'd just spoken to. So I had to wait. By the time I got there, they were like, "Yeah, sorry, it's all gone to hell, and we're now going to have to fly you to Boston, and then to New York tomorrow, and then from New York over. So we'll get you a hotel for the night." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." But then she said, "But you're going to have to pick your luggage up at Boston and reroute it," and I was like, "Okay." So I didn't land in Boston till 3:00 in the morning. And then we stood around waiting for the luggage for an hour. 6 cases came off.
6?
That was it.
Okay.
Those 6 people happy to took their cases go, and there's about 20 of us standing there wondering what to do.
Yeah.
Eventually this little woman appeared. She goes, "Excuse me, what are you all doing here?" And we're like, "We're waiting for the luggage." She was like, "Well, there aren't even any staff out the back to get your luggage. There's nothing coming out here till 6:00. Tell me what's going on." So I explained, and she was like, "Oh, well, you better come here first thing in the morning because we need, you need to pick your luggage up, get it retagged, and send it off."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay," and they booked me on a flight for like 2:00 in the afternoon or something.
So you have to be there.
So
in
it's
the
now
early
like
morning, and then
it's now like gone 5 in the morning.
yeah.
Then I said, "Okay," and I have to come back here. She said, "Yeah, you better be here like straight away, 1:00. She said, "You better be here at 9:30. And I was like, "Should I bother going to the hotel?" And I was like, "Do I really need to come back?" She says, "Yeah, like you're going to need to retag it." I was like, "Okay." So I got the taxi. The airport they put me up, the hotel they put me up in was miles out of Boston. So long taxi ride to get the worst hotel I've ever been in my life, like in terms of like comfort of bed. I lay on it for 2 hours. I got up, I had a shower, and then I got a taxi straight back to the airport again.
Yeah.
Only to be told, "Oh, you didn't need to come here. Your luggage has been routed straight through." I was like, so I could have had a nice day in Boston on my own.
Yeah.
And gone to my favourite breakfast place and all that. But no, I didn't have any of that. I just went back to the airport. At which point I'm like, tried to entertain myself for a few hours, and then it's like, still got hours to go. Went back to the same place again.
Yeah.
Pulled up at the bar, got my book out, ordered something to eat, sat there for an hour, and our friend wasn't there. Then 2 other people came, sat next to me, and one of them, she got a book out. And then someone across the bar, she got a book out. So there was 3 of us sitting reading books. And then our friend, the waitress, comes in. She looks over, she goes, "Oh, hey, you're back again. What the fuck, did you bring the book club with you?" I thought she was, I loved her, she was amazing.
Oh.
So I can't remember what it's like, some cantina or something it's called in Boston.
Yeah.
If any of you there go in, she's amazing.
And bring a book, of course.
Tamara, I think she was called. Tamara. Not Tamara, Tamara. "Hey you, it's the reader." So I am the reader, officially.
Somewhere in Boston.
Yes. But no, Nashville was mental. Found a really cool bluegrass bar with some like proper old folky stuff. I went to an NFL game, which was just bewildering. Like, didn't really know what was going on, and it was so hot. We just hid in the tunnel for most of the game because it was too hot to sit outside. It was like nearly 40 degrees. We're gonna die. No, we'll just stand out here and drink beer, please. That'd be good. But yeah, great weekend. But you need to go to Nashville, even if it's just for it. You need to do it in your life. There's like nothing else.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay. Now, I've been to one of the most entertaining festivals I've been to in a while.
Which
And
one?
I'm not putting anything down on Halden, but I've been to Sonic City in Kortrijk. They have been around for the same amount of years as Guess Who. They do it in the same weekend, but they do it in Kortrijk.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all these Flemish people around you.
Yeah.
And they, Guess Who is very artsy and very like, the diversity is very big. And in Sonic City, they like guitars. A lot of them. And that's nice.
Cool.
And it's a 3-day event. And it started on a Friday with a American band, which was okay. And then I saw my first time I saw Destroyer live, which is an incredible band to see live. I was blown away, like okay. And then I saw one of my new favorite bands since a week and a half, called Proto Martyr.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you don't know what it is, everybody has this dodgy uncle with his dodgy mustache and his very weird looking jacket. But you don't expect him to be on a stage singing. He's not even singing, he's just talking. I'm from Detroit and I'm gonna entertain you. And then he was like, it was so good. I was so happy and I was like, oh my god, this is just day one.
Yeah.
And then 2 days I saw crazy bands. I was happy to see so many cool things. Some random dude came up to me like, oh, where are you from? I was like, I was wearing a t-shirt from Stromae in Eindhoven. And he's like, oh yeah, I've been there. Like, okay. I was like, yeah, I'm from Tilburg. I was like, okay, cool. From Leiden, explain where it was. Okay. Yeah, I was here last year. I saw a band called Trauma. It was really nice. Like, I know the guys.
Yes.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, because I went to the Azora gig. I met their manager. What? You met Koen? Like, yeah, Koen was his name. Like, I know him as well.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay. Oh, that was funny. Like, oh my god, this world of music in Europe is just way too small.
Especially in Holland.
And then I talked to other people, and I on the second day used Knife play there, and they were really good as well. And I actually talked to them after the show, and they were like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" Yeah, we live like 20 minutes down the road. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And that was funny. And then the most fun thing happened that I was waiting for a band called Yowie, American band, like math rock, weird stuff. Then the door from the room opened, and in front of me was Jeroen Spoelstra. And Jeroen Spoelstra lives in Leiden. He came there with a friend who I also know, Yuri, and they came to see that band because that band is one of his favorite bands in the world. And it's been 25 years since they started, so it was sort of a special night. I was like, this, you're the person I least expected to just walk up to me like, oh, it's funny.
Excellent.
And we saw that band, and we saw Pile, and we saw Part Chip, and we saw crazy bands.
So it's quite a very like alternative and eclectic lineup then.
Yeah, but we also saw. I also saw some French electronic bands called Eat Girls, who were amazing to see as well. And I saw, like I said, Use Knife, which is a very not guitar-based band, but more electronic-based. It's just a very eclectic, nice band. On the Saturday, they have this whole food court outside, and you can get everything you imagine, and you can sit down in the sun because there was sun.
Yeah.
So it was a very nice place to be in, and it's a venue where you can, the main room of the venue, it works, the stage is, next to the stage on the left side, there's room, because they can also load in, load out stuff. But that also means that people don't stand there. So if you come into the room, you can walk on the left side of all the crowds, and then you can just go in wherever you want.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be there half an hour before the show, because you can always walk inside there. And that was so nice. And then and during the night, during the day, I just walked around Kortrijk, which is, it's a very tiny city. And it's nice to be there. It's just, you see all the things that you expect. And then I came there on Friday and I left on Monday. Took a train back to Leiden. Spent one day at my house. Actually, it's one day of work on Tuesday. And got on a train to Groningen on Wednesday morning because in Groningen I was going to Oosterpoort to see Amara from Ghent, which is half an hour away from Kortrijk.
Yeah.
Saw them play Oosterpoort, which is also a nice place, also a nice venue to see.
I don't think I've ever been in it. I obviously know of it. I know so many people who.
It's very wide stage.
Yeah.
So it's not like the venue itself is not long, but it's wide, and they have like a place you can sit down as well. But they closed off the main part of the seats, so it became cozy. And that band is just wild to see live.
Yeah.
It's doom, it's loud, and everybody has their own square meter where they stand and move around.
Yeah.
But they move like it always feels like a very really weird dance that you do.
Yeah.
Because you move around with your head. And
Yeah.
But if you take 2 steps back and look at that crowd, you see like.
Yeah, there's like kind of a wave going on.
Like a wave of hair and beards moving around, and it's so funny. And the show only lasts 75 minutes and then it's done, which is cool because that's all you can take for one night. And then I spent the night in Groningen and went from Groningen to Nijmegen to see them again in Door en Roosje. And that's where I was Thursday, came back on Friday, and back in town for a week, till I leave to Sunderland.
I was wondering if when the Sunderland thing was, I knew it was around now, because there's Sunderland Music Week is this week, I think.
Yes, but this is not Sunderland, this is, yes.
No, I know this is
there's nothing involved in it.
No, but I noticed that Sunderland had that thing. I was like, oh, I wonder when Marcel's going to Sunderland.
Yeah, Sunderland is next weekend for the festival Boundaries. And Boundaries is anything but a rock festival.
Yeah.
There are guitars involved, but they usually lay flat on the table and there's effects attached to it.
Things are done to them, but not normally.
Yes. And there's probably something very delicate and very intimate to see as well. And I think Graham he's been excited about it for at least 3/4 of a year, and he's stressed out already. And
you talk about this. This is like his default setting and the run up and through that festival. Look.
Yeah, he's the person you least expect to organize a festival. Because he's the sweetest guy in the world. But he's just so not organized, and he's just so full of stress. That's But it's incredible how he managed to do it, and it's
And it works somehow.
I think it does help that it is in Sunderland, which is a place where you don't really have any other option to do.
Yeah, and no expectation on what that.
Yeah, but the weird part is there's nobody from that town that goes to that festival.
Yeah.
I think nobody even has heard of that. That it's like 10 meters from their house.
Interesting.
I think last year they asked the crowd like, "Hey, where are you from?" And nobody was from around.
That's because they've all spending their money this week on Music Week, I suppose.
Probably, yeah.
No, it's more of a case of like, I haven't got a bloody clue who that is. I'm not going there.
No. Oh, he has a guitar.
Never bloody heard of the man.
No.
Okay, so this is like your one window of opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think I'm actually here for a few weeks now. I need time to. I honestly need to figure out what time zone I'm in. Like I've really found it difficult. My sleep patterns are destroyed by just going here, there, and everywhere. So I'm lucky if I get 4 hours in like one go. My body's like, "What are we doing now? Are we up? Are we alive?" No. I was like, "No, just stop." So I'm quite glad to like just remember. Oh, this is who I am.
And
this is what I do.
There's no work-related deadline
Oh,
between now and the end of the year?
there's lots of work related deadlines and works around, but I don't need to travel for work for a little bit. But we are planning more for in the new year. It's going to be quite. And then this week, so I did take 1 week off in the middle of it, which was the trip to England. I went back to, I went to Berwick for a week. Stayed with my son and my parents for a week, and we had a night in Newcastle, me and Sammy, which was nice. We had a day in Edinburgh, which was great, and then we spent a few days at Berwick, which was fantastic because the phone reception is awful. The Wi-Fi was non-existent, which meant that even I couldn't get bothered by work or anything. Yeah. And we just spent time literally looking for crabs on the beach and looking for seals and walking a lot. And
but there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it was brilliant. It was so good.
Yeah.
And then I came back and it was like, where have you been? The place has fallen apart. David, please rescue everything. It's like 100 miles an hour again. And then this week we've been interviewing for stuff, which has been intense but good too. And I haven't interviewed anyone for a while, and I forgot how much I like it. I really like interviewing people. Yeah. Because I just like meeting smart people, and then I can get really enthused by it when you get someone in and it's like, it was quite good. Yeah. But it was really funny. I won't go into too much detail, but there was a group of us interviewing this lady this week, and within 5 minutes I was like, she's amazing. I already want to just sit and talk to her for 3 hours and bounce stuff out of her, and then I was like, she's far too cool. I need to, she's just too good. I need to poke holes in it. So I had to I tried to unsettle her as best I could, and I could see my boss going, "What are you doing?" And I was and I finished. I was like, "She's so good. I need to there must be something that we can
embracing something.
Where is it?" But couldn't find anything. I thought that was me, and I had to leave to go into another call with someone. Yeah. But I was like, God, she's amazing. I hope they like her. And I came out, and there were 4 of us in the room with her, and then she had to meet my big boss, and he came out and he was like, "Can we hire her?" Immediately he was like, "Can we hire her now? Don't interview anyone. Can we hire her now?" Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, I really liked her." And so she was, "Yeah, I love her." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll do." And then the other guy who we'd asked to come in, who this person has to work alongside, right? He went, didn't think any of her at all. And it was like, "No, what's going on?" It's like, how is that possible? Nice. But it was literally 4 people, 100 out of 100, and he was 2. It was so diametrically opposed to everything that we thought. I was like, nice. Did you meet the same person?
Could you explain why?
It was just, whatever he had in his head, she was not it. But whatever he has in his head, none of us had any idea of what was going on. And it completely destroyed the whole feeling for all of us. We were like, what? Where'd you get that from? Nice. But I think we've all got around and sod it, we're going to hire her anyway. Oh, nice. So we'll see. Oh gosh, I got so enthusiastic in the comment. But it wasn't okay. It was interviewing a few people during the week, and all of them that good stuff was good. But you could say well, they maybe got that bit. Yeah. And then this, but maybe they can focus on that, and we have to fill this bit in or whatever. Yeah. And all of the questions that I'd asked all the other candidates, so that within 5 minutes, I was like, I don't need to ask any of those questions because she's already handled it. In a presentation, the way that she is, the way she talked, I was like, okay. And that's why I was like, this is too good. I've got to find something. Yeah. So I started challenging her a little bit, and she just took it all. She was amazing. Wow. And then he was just like, nah, didn't see anything I liked at all. I was like, oh my God, what's this? So it's really interesting. It's really interesting to see how people react to different stuff. I was like, wow, couldn't see it at all. But so that's been this week. Yeah. And then, it's just going to be crazy for the next forever, I think. But I looked at the lineup for this year. We did a big event in June. Yeah. And then we did 3 events pretty much back to back. And I got invited to another one. But it was the week I was going. I was like, no, someone else can do this one. Please, just give me a week off. And then I looked at the thing for next year, and there's you're going to be travelling a lot more, Damien. I was like, okay, fine. So I could be here, there, and everywhere. We'll have to see. But also, it's a long time since I've done a bunch of events like back to back.
Yeah.
And I hate doing events literally back to back, and it's just so challenging on an energy level. Because like fly to Budapest, you've got to be on for 3 days and like Mr. Friendly, la 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 la, and you're kind of riding this almost like adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
And then to have that dip for a day.
Yeah.
And travel to the other side of the world in that day, to then be back on the next day. Like that first day, I was like, where the hell am I going to get this energy from? Once I got up and running, then I was fine. And then I was fine for the rest of the week. And then I go down. But when I'd come back, like doing all that in 3 hours, I was drained beyond belief. I was like, I mean, it's a proper come down after all that stuff.
Yeah. No, yeah. That for me it was also nice to be. For me, it was nice to be in a festival where 99% of the people there I don't know.
Yeah.
99% of the people there have no clue who I am, and I'm fine with that.
Yes.
I don't need to be there as the other festival guy.
Yeah.
And I don't need to talk to all the bands that I've seen in my life. I just want to see the show again.
Yes.
And I just want to enjoy myself there and just see the festival like, hey, is this a cool festival?
Yeah. And just soak it in.
Yeah.
It's also that, like, I cannot, like, you've answered the question already, but it's like traveling on your own or being at a gig on your own or doing something like that is so good.
Yeah, it's
so good to just have your own thing. And if you're like, it's that feeling of like, I'm just going to go left now.
Yeah.
And like, you don't have to, do you want to go left? Do you want to, like, do you want to do this or that? Or that? No, just go left. Just go and see what happens and go find it. And then I love it.
That actually happened
space.
when I walked into Jeroen and we had a nice chat. We were like, yeah, and they were like, yeah, we are going for dinner now because we want to see this band in an hour. And I was like, I'll see you at the band. And they're like, oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Because like I want to see the other band and then I'll grab a quick bite of food and then see you there.
So no lunatic stories in your trip?
The most fun was the first night. I was standing quite close to the stage, and one thing the people in Belgium are good at: start drinking on time. And on time is the moment the bar opens. So I was standing in front, behind a couple, and you can see that the guy had been going to the bar quite often. And his wife was next to him, and she was like, oh my God, I know how this is gonna end. And she noticed me looking at them, and she was like, shaking her head, looking to me like, oh.
There were a bunch of great.
But he was a very nice guy, and he was very enthusiastic, and he came, when the band started playing, he was like, yeah, and she was like, calm down, and he's like,
There were some great people at the Stereolab gig, that were like truly memorable gig goers. There was two I really want to highlight, but there was like a bunch of really, really interesting mix of ages too.
Yeah.
So it was obviously people who knew Stereolab from like early 90s, and then a lot of young college kids and people who maybe just gave a chance. So it was like everything from 60 to 20.
Yeah.
Like a proper mix. And everyone was very respectful of each other, apart from like the front few rows. But everyone had enough space. It was a pretty big venue. It was cool. It was really, apart from the bowling alley right next to the stage. It's bizarre, right? But the crowd was a big mix of stuff, and there was two young girls there, and there was one of them was like out of her head drunk. Yeah. And she obviously knows one song of theirs, and that's the song that she wanted to hear. Yeah. But she had this really high chipmunk voice. Okay. So, let's say it was French Disco. I can't remember the song that she was called, but she would be going like, French Disco, please! And that really high. after every song. So it was like, French disco, please. French disco, please. And then after the fourth song, this guy turned around and went, "They've already played it." She didn't have a clue. A friend dragged her around. She got dragged back to the front. They were like, she just kept asking for the same thing.
Yeah.
And then the band like started taking the piss out of her as well. And then we were standing there like shout before she can say anything, and the whole crowd's getting in on it and like back and forth. But the other guy, I thought she was great, but like she was really annoying. But she made me laugh for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But there was a guy there who, honestly, he was so drunk, but he looked like he was it was like a magic act. So he had like long hair, like think of like Neil from The Young One, like long hair all over his face, little bit of a beard, like proper stoner rock like kind of guy, looking like plaid shirt, like a jeans, baggy t-shirt, like dead, like pencil thin. He stood there, but he had he had a beer in his hand, but he didn't hold the beer he held the beer like above his head.
Okay.
Right. So, but like if you were to stand, it would be like just above your head on the left. Yeah. And then he basically wobbled around it, right? Ooh. As if it was holding him up. He didn't spill a drop at all, but he could not stand. Nice. And it was like it was suspended in midair, but it was holding him up. It was like his beer was literally the thing that he was holding on to, and he was dancing around like that. And then when the gig finished, he took it down and took a drink. He held it for like an hour. Like it just didn't move, but he did not spill a drop and he did not fall over, and we were all like just like obsessed with him. It was like, this guy's, he's a magician, man. How is he standing? What is he made of? Is he made of like paper? It was stunning. And the other thing, because it was the bowling alley, on the way in there was just a wall, like a gigantic wall of gonks. Do you know what a gonk is? You know when you go to the fair and like all the sideshow stalls that come on like 3 October, right? These little kind of like let's say they look a bit like a skittle, but they're painted like clowns. Okay. So they're usually things you have to knock off. Like they are called a gonk, right? But there's an entire alleyway of gonks like to come in. It's really, really busy. It's called Brooklyn Bowl. This place. It's not in Brooklyn, but it's a bowling alley. Yeah. But the decor was really odd, like really, really odd. It was like being in this weird carnival. And then the venue itself was really cool. Sound was amazing. Apart from they let people go bowling next to the stage. Just like, it's a really, I mean, thankfully, Stereolab are quite like poppy and dancey, so they could kind of cover most of it. Right. But imagine if you were like some singer-songwriter. Yes. You're doing it your best. Strike way! It was really odd. But the guy literally just held it above his hand and kind of wobbled, and then just wouldn't fall over. It was amazing.
I was amazed at one, was it? Yeah, it was Groningen. With the Amara show, there was a guy and a girl in front of me, both wearing the band shirt, and there was an older couple next to them. And I was standing behind them and I was so curious what the connection was, and it turned out they were the mom and dad of the girl. And the guy, her boyfriend, was really into the band and dragged along his girlfriend, and the girlfriend, the parents of the girlfriend were sort of paying interest in the new boyfriend's interest. So he invited them to see the show. Mm-hmm. They were telling him this whole story. Yeah. So I was standing behind the dad, and the dad really had no clue what was about to happen when the lights were turning on. So he was like, "Okay, this is a guitar band. Okay, I can deal. I understand that concept." Yeah. So and then the music, the lights came down, and the band starts off like heavy. So the dad was in front of me with his phone out, and he was like, you can see him like he was scared. She like, oh my god, what has happened? And it took him like a couple of songs to get into this thing, and he was like, okay. And he also was very curious about the movement around him.
Yeah.
But he was also like, oh, okay, I can deal with this. People will respect each other and they're doing their thing. But you can see those two people there like, we have no clue what was about. So halfway, the guy turned on like, are you enjoying this as much as I do? And he was like, yeah.
Really? So?
Yeah, but not that much.
Brilliant.
So afterwards, I was sort of waiting to hear the reaction of what they really think of it. It was heavy, but it was nice. I'm like, that's the most amazing band ever. But that was so cool to see, like, okay, these people just experienced something that they will not be able to explain to anybody, any of their friends.
Yeah.
Like, we went to this thing. I don't know.
Oh, I love that.
The singer looked angry.
I love it when you just surprise people. They're like, what is this? Like, it's also one of my favorite things, especially at festivals. Like, you walk around the corner and then you stumble into something, and you're like, wow, what is this? Yeah. That's good. Well, my Freak Magnets thing is still working as well as it ever did. Like, for each trip, like almost daily, there's like some nutcase would find me. I was a woman on the flight to Budapest. Bless her. She was, in one sense, she was lovely. She was really panicked. But she'd already flown all the way from Canada, which was really odd. But she was worried about the size of the plane. So, of course, so she sat in the aisle next to me. She was, how can I put it? She was not very tall, but she was very, very wide. Okay. Yeah. So she couldn't get comfortable. She couldn't get in the place. As soon as we got in, sat down, she said, "Oh, they don't let me do this." Went into her bag, got a bottle of red wine out, and took it. Put that back in. She said, "Yeah, they don't allow me to do that." I was like, "Oh, it's okay with me. It's fine." And I'm sitting. I don't have any headphones on at this point because there's this I'm in the middle seat, and the window seat is empty. So I'm like, someone's coming here. Yeah. But she gets in. She gets herself all buttoned up. She's got like 4 layers on. She's got this massive bag with stuff falling out of place. She's like, "Do you want a cheese sandwich? I got it in Toronto yesterday." And I was like, "No, thank you. I don't want this cheese sandwich that's obviously sat there for like at least 12 hours.
It has traveled.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're quite all right, please." And then this lad comes and he has to get into there, so we all have to get up. Then she falls over in the aisle. Like, bottle of wine goes down there, but she's under the next door's seat to pick the wine up. So that has another bit, puts that back in the bag. So anyway, we get this guy comes in, he sits down next to me, I come in, sit down, and go, okay, put my headphones on, right? And she's just talking. I realize like she's talking to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what that was. She said, "Oh, I've come from," and then she started telling me her life story, and she was like, she's over here, she is from Budapest, or just not far from Budapest, but she lives in Canada. She lives in Toronto, used to live in Toronto, lived in Toronto for years. Now she lives in an old kind of retired community, but I'm not retired, but it's where all the retired people is, because it's really nice and it's quiet and I can't handle the thing. My son, he lives in Florida because he can't handle being around me. That's how she puts it. It's like, okay. She's also telling me all of this with no teeth in her mouth. Okay. Right? So I thought she'd paid to get her teeth done. Yeah. Right? So she'd come back, she'd got her teeth done last year. She'd flown over to Budapest, and she told me the cost of it was like, she got the whole lot done for like $3,000 or something. I was like, okay, and now she's got no teeth in her mouth, and I was like, well, what happened? She said, they all fell out. So they all fell out about a month ago. So she had to book another flight to come over to get her teeth. So she literally opened the bag, and she's got all these teeth, like individual teeth in a bag, like a little plastic bag. I'm going to take them back, but I think I'm getting new ones. I was like, I should hope so. Because she also said, because I've lost 2. Honestly, she was nuts. So it's only like I think a 2.5 hour flight or something to get to Budapest. She went to the toilet 6 times. Of course. She was up, she was down, she was up, she was panicking. It was too small. We had someone was coming to fix a little bit of the plane, so she was in a panic about that. She's like, I hate flying, she's claustrophobic. She's like really almost having a panic attack. I had to like calm her down. I was like, look, you're going to be okay, it's all going to be fine. Then she told me about a trip that like, last time she was at Budapest and she got her teeth done and she went back to this Airbnb and then it got broken into at 2 a.m. and they beat the shit out of her. And they like she had to be taken to hospital and like they were joking with her saying, you were just here to get your teeth done. I was like, I couldn't follow the whole thing, but she just had a nightmare. So now she booked herself in this really posh hotel, and she said there are 100 pools in this spa that's down the road, 100 pools, and I want to go in every one of them this week. And I'm not telling my family that I'm here. Fuck them all, don't like them anymore. And this, I'm just here to get my teeth done. And I go, but you know what I've realised? She says, I don't have a bathing suit, so today I'm going to have to go and buy a bathing suit. And then she started telling me what kind of bathing suit she liked, and I was thinking, that type of bathing suit that you like is not going to really look that well on what you're going to put it on, I'm afraid. Because, well, anyway, fair play to her. Yeah. She was all excited. The last time she went to the toilet, she came back, and when she sat down, I was like, oh, something smells wrong. And then when we got off of Budapest, she'd finished the whole bottle of wine that she brought with her.
Yeah.
And she'd had 2 bottles of wine off the small bottles of wine off the trolley. Yeah. So she was quite trolleyed. And then when she got up and walked out, and she was wearing like grey leggings, but there was just a brown smear right down the middle of the back, and I was like, oh my God, Veronica, like, have a good week, please. Yeah. Please don't, you're not in my hotel.
No.
But so that was her. And then earlier that week, I was in Harlem meeting a friend of Jodie's who passed away like the year before.
Yeah.
And was just sitting having a drink with her, and she got all excited, and then she knocked basically her drink and my drink all over me. So I was like, all right, we're kind of having a laugh about it. Then we went to Budapest, and my colleague Laszlo took us to a restaurant, and there's 4 of us sitting in a booth, and the waitress comes around with an entire tray of drinks, and then just leant forward to put them down and poured the whole tray all over me, like completely all over me. So like I like 4 pints just drenched. So we got up, there was like glass on the floor, I had to like mop everything up, there were no other tables to put us in, so I had to wait till we cleared it, and I'm soaking from top to bottom. Had the meal, which was it was okay, it was nice stuff.
Yeah.
If you like brain and you like tripe and you like very like it was offal and chips was essentially the menu. Fine with that, it was good.
Yeah.
And then at the end it was like we looked at the bill and they didn't take anything off the bill, and I was like, sorry, but like I mean we were quite okay about the whole thing, but like, you know, like he did pour 4 drinks over me. She's like, well, it's the first time I've done it. As if that excuse it. And I was like, and that's what I was like, yeah, it's okay. No, I was like, so like, and so I had to walk around the rest of the night smelling like a tramp. And I was like, well, I suppose I fit in with all the Brits that are around now.
Yeah.
We go around the next night, and we meet some people that were friends of Laszlo's who were at this conference that we're at.
Yeah.
And we sit down at the end of the night, and I've kind of entertaining everyone. The waitress comes out, pours another fucking tray of drinks all over me. I was like, this has become the new trend. Just throw alcohol over Damien.
Yes,
like
seems right to hit it well.
So that was the 3. It's happened 3 times. Thankfully, it hasn't happened since.
Yeah,
but I was getting a bit annoyed. Because also it's like I'm travelling light. I can't wash this shit. I haven't got enough clothes to wear for the rest of the week now. But that was good. Mm-hmm. But Budapest was fun. Mm-hmm. I'd like to go back actually. There's a lot I didn't. And why does it have a Columbo statue? I don't know, but I'm delighted that it does. Like the TV detective.
Of course.
So there's a life-size, small, Peter Falk scratching his head, and a big dog sat in front of him looking at him. Okay. Right? But the best part of it is behind him, about 6 feet away, on the floor, with a white line around it, is a dead squirrel holding a gun.
Nice. I don't think he is from Budapest.
No, I don't know what the connection is at all.
Yeah.
And why has it got a bronze statue of Columbo? And one of Ronald Reagan. That's another odd one. Yeah. But Budapest was a nice city. It was good. And New Orleans was stunning. Like, what a place. But it's it's got an edge. It really has an edge. And it's like, it's built on a kind of half moon bay.
Yeah.
And let's say the more west you go, the more beautiful and rich it gets.
Yeah.
So like the old mansions and plantation houses and stuff, like stunning. Yeah. And then the more east you go, the worse and worse it gets. So it's literally, it's like heaven on one side and hell on the other, figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
Or let's say rich to poor, and it's more of a case of like how far down that way dare you walk, because if you go one street further, then you think, oh, you're gonna know about it. So it's like antique shops and like posh restaurants and crack den. It's like what? Hey, a crack den is a bunch of people lying in the middle of the street, monged out of their heads, and like it's like whoa, okay. It's and a lot of homeless people, lots of homeless people everywhere. Lots of homeless people in Nashville, for example. Yeah. But in New Orleans, they're literally smacked out in the middle of the street, just laid outside the shop fronts, like gone. It's really in your face how much of a have and have not place it is. Yeah. And lots of people standing on the street like grifters, like trying to scam you on something. Yeah. Hey man, like your shoes. I can tell you where you got them. I can tell you where you got them. It's like, I know where I bought my shoes, mate. Leave me alone.
No way.
Yeah, but there's lots of stuff that if you were drunk on the wrong street, you're gonna like you're an easy target. Yeah. And yet the other side is all lovely. But what I found was the more into the rich part I went, the less I liked the people.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I'm going down the other end, please. And Bourbon Street, I think Bourbon Street didn't excite me as much as I always thought it would, because it just felt like Magaluf, but with better buildings. Yeah. But also, I think if I'd gone there before Nashville, I probably would have felt different. Yeah. But Frenchman Street, which is like it's like a smaller street, that's where like all the that was amazing. That was incredible. That's worth going to. And the food, oh my god, I could live off gumbo. And Cajun. Oh, it was stunning. Amazing. Felt lucky to be able to see all. I've always wanted to go to New Orleans. I've always wanted to go to Budapest actually, and I was intrigued about Nashville, and Nashville was the one that blew me away. It was good. So I felt quite lucky to be able to experience all of that in the space of like 6 weeks is a bit much. When I came back, I was like, I don't know what my accent is, I don't know what time is, I don't know what the date is, I don't know what's what. So it was like a complete head rush and a lot of work, a lot of intensity kind of like on either side. So it's been a bit of like taking a week or two to just go like, all right, ground yourself. Yeah. And like, you're a dad, you've got a job, you need to pay your mortgage and get back to reality. It's been a bit much.
Oh.
Great fun.
Sounds good.
So what have you been reading?
I haven't been reading that much, to be honest, because I have been listening to lots of podcast stuff.
Okay. Anything good of note?
Yeah, I forgot that there's a new episode last Friday. I think it's called Project Maelstrom. It's about, I'm not sure if it's, I seriously think it's fiction, but they don't present it like that. And it's about an experimental hospital under the city of Manchester.
Okay.
An abandoned railway station that they boarded up and had a experimental lab where they did stuff on people. And the story is told by the granddaughter of a grandpa, and she receives a box with mysterious stuff in it. And I was just listening to it, and it's about 45 minutes every episode. And I went through the episodes like...
Yeah. Okay, that sounds quite fun actually.
Yeah, and it's not done yet, so I think there's 3 or 4 episodes coming. And it's interesting, and it also comes from another Richard posted one in our app group.
Mm-hmm.
That also is a great one.
Mm.
From that one, I ran into another one about a guy that claims to be a time traveler, which is also a very crazy story. So I've been listening to lots of them, and that's also nice to see it sit in a train, put him on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't have to deal. And I've been flagged by conductors like, oh, okay, sorry, I'll get my ticket.
You're just lost in whatever you listen
Yeah.
to. Yeah. Oh God, I've read it. Well, I think in one earlier this year, I told you I read through his Dark Materials again, knowing that the last book in the second trilogy was coming out.
Yeah.
So I bought that. So I read the first two in the Book of Dust trilogy. In the last couple of months, like leading up to this one coming out.
Yeah.
And I was like, the first one is good and much more of a kind of adventure tale in itself, but it kind of sets up the second and third book, which are like 20 years later. So it picks up with Lyra, the same like heroine from his Dark Materials, and then the first of the new trilogy is like when she's a baby.
Yeah.
And something happens, and it's like how she ends up at the college itself. And then the second and third book, she's now 20 or 21 or whatever. And it's like this new adventure with her and stuff. But I was kind of trepidatious about it because his Dark Materials is so incredible.
Yeah.
That it's like, it's dangerous to go back into that world, you know?
Yeah.
And then the first book, I have to say, when I first read it, because I read it twice now, when I first read it, I was a little underwhelmed by it, and it was a little bit more fantastic, but it was about Lyra, but it wasn't about her, it was more these other characters, so I wasn't really on sure footing with it. Reading it again, I liked it a lot more, and reading all three back to back, it sets up so much so well. But the second book, you basically take like, I don't know if I explained it last time, but so there's like everyone in Lyra's world, they have a demon, so it's like an animal version of their soul. So in the second one, like because of what happens in the third, they are separated. Like they can go further apart from each other than most people can. But in the second book, they literally separate and go their own ways. So it's kind of like really unsettling to where it leaves you, and I was like, if he doesn't bring this home, I'm gonna be really fucking angry. I was really like nervous going into the last book. Anyway, it's a doorstop of a thing. It's like nearly 700 pages. I read it in a week, and I don't mind saying it. I was completely not broken, but like completely emotionally overwhelmed at least 3 times in that book. It's like just what an accomplishment as a piece of storytelling it is. But it's also a thing that there's so much of it that's like core to my own belief in like the importance of storytelling, the importance of art and culture, and the importance of imagination and what that is and what it means, plus coupled in with all of this stuff as like we kind of force ourselves to stop being curious about stuff as we get more of an adult, and then the society that we're in is really trying to force us away from it's very much about, I'm not sure it was ever going to be about right now when he maybe started it, but there's so much of it is like a 1 and 2 today. Honest, and it's all wrapped up in this fantasy world of like demons and like all kinds of stuff. It's overwhelmingly brilliant, but there are 2 passages in it, and I won't spoil any of it, but there's a passage 3/4 of the way through the last book where Lyra's sitting on a ferry and then realizes there's an angel sitting next to her, and they have like a full conversation, and then she just basically starts to piece stuff together in herself, but really goes back at this like, and her forceful response to what this angel was saying. Fucking, I was in floods of tears because I almost wanted to like stand up and cheer, but I was on bus and I was like it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's so good. And then right at the end, the way it kind of comes together is emotionally so satisfying, but it also just kind of, it's like this chapter ends and it ends very well.
Yeah.
But there's so much that it could go anywhere from now. And I'm not sure it ever will because he's getting quite old. I don't know if he'll ever go back into it. But it just leaves you like, it doesn't, it's a very circuitous book and it brings everyone and everything like back together, like very like storytelling fashion. Like everyone has to end up in this one place. They all end up coming back together, but it doesn't tie every thread together. It just gives you the main thread of the finish.
Yeah.
And just the way it ends, I'm so impressed with, because it's not like, oh, now I need to finish that, and now I need to go and tell you this, and now I need to go and do that. It's like, no, this is the story we've been telling, this is its answer, and the rest is just world building, and it just lets you go away and think, oh, I wonder what, oh, they've got that, maybe they can go and do this, or oh, they've talked to that, I wonder what's going to happen, but it's just left to you to
nice.
Kind of take it. Honestly, I can't rave about it enough.
Yeah.
I think His Dark Materials is one of the greatest series of books ever written. And after this, I think the Book of Dust is not as good, because it's got a very different thing, but it's possibly the most important series of books that I've read in 10 years. Because it just speaks so much to me of like I say, the importance of art, the importance of culture, and why it's there, and why we need it, and why it's important.
Yeah.
And it's something that like you just want to stand and scream to everybody, like listen to this. When you watch what's happening, like around, like literally just cutting it apart and saying, we don't need it. That's not important. Yeah. Like, and just letting money take over and rule everything. It's. Yeah, you get all of that's in that book, and yet it's about a girl and her like animal demon running around the world trying to find a red building where some rose oil. It's like it's with fairies and griffins and all kinds of stuff going on. It's like using fantasy trappings to tell a very, very real and honest and true story in a fashion that could only be done in honest. It's, I think I can't say it's as good because His Dark Materials are so important to me and I think every single person should read that. It's amazing. Yeah. But also it's a lot more adult than His Dark Materials, and it's a lot more challenging in certain sections. But what it has to say is building on what was said in His Dark Materials, but with 20 years more thought, or 30 years more thought about it. Yeah. So it's like, maybe I've not caught up with it all. Yeah. But I'm so excited by what I've read. I finished it 2 days ago and I cannot get it out of my head. And I'm like, what do I read now? I need a break. This is just going to sit and just, but there are scenes in that third book that are some of the most exciting passages I've ever read, because they were just like, this is everything I believe in, distilled into a nutshell and shone up like look, shining this light on everyone. I'm like, everybody at school should read this book. Everybody. It's astonishing, and I was really worried that he wouldn't bring it home, but oh my God, has he? Honestly, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Did you have time to listen to some music as well?
Yes, I've bought a lot as well.
Oh.
Just because traveling like Budapest, if you ever want to do a bit of record shopping, oh my word, Budapest is cool. And New Orleans, I bought a lot too. I bought a lot of Isaac Hayes vinyl, which was cool. I got the new Divine Comedy album. I got the new Josh Ritter album. I got the new Suede album, which is excellent. And I'm on the hunt today for the new Ed Harcourt album. I want to grab that. I've had a listen to it. Pretty good. Not sure it's as exciting as his last one, but everything he does is great, so quite happy with that. And other new stuff. No, not so much new stuff, but I found a bunch of like stuff in vinyl that I didn't have, and I was like, oh, I'll pick that. So I've been like, and again, I rounded out like 4 or 5 Isaac Hayes records. So I've been having a bit of a Isaac Hayes moment for a couple of weeks.
Nice.
So yeah, a lot. But honestly, Book of Dust. Even the first book I would say is good. The second book is great, but quite harrowing and kind of like worrying about, oh my God, what are you doing to these people?
Yeah.
And then the third book is just astonishing. It's like, bravo, that man. Bravo.
All right.
Yeah. Next on my list, I think Joe Hill's got a new book out.
Okay.
King of Sorrow. And I don't think he's released a book for like nearly a decade. And The Fireman was okay. Loved the first half of that book, and then but this one feels like him doing his dad. It feels like this is Joe Hill doing his it. So by all accounts, it's getting rave reviews as well. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll try that one.
Okay. Did you see the new Frankenstein movie?
No, not yet. Not yet. Too busy. Too busy. I've got. It will be watched. I was hoping it was going to be out in October because I would have done it as part of my.
It's actually on streaming already.
I know, but it didn't come on streaming until November.
No, it's already on
I
streaming.
know, but it didn't come on streaming until November.
No, of course.
So anyway. No, I want to watch it though. I watched Sinners about 4 times. I watched it on the plane as well. That's my film of the year, easy.
What one is it? I was sitting here in the office. Somebody was explaining to me Sinners. Like, yeah, I saw this movie, really nice, music was amazing. Then it turned into a vampire movie. Hated it.
Oh God, how can you hate that film?
I was like, nice.
How can you hate that film? I think it's a tour de force.
Yeah, but he went into like, oh, this is a nice story about music. I'm like, no, it isn't.
It's like a weird mix of 30 Days of Night and From Dusk Till Dawn, but set in Louisiana.
Yeah, but it was like, so that he was extremely pissed off, like that they changed it.
I don't think they changed the thing.
No, but for him, he was like, I'm just enjoying this music.
Yeah.
And then this happened. Oh
no!
Like, wow, that's
film
the
of
best
the year.
thing.
Film of the year for me, definitely.
Oh.
All right, have we done enough?
Yes, I think we did.
Good. Until next time.
Yes, with maybe
some of us.
some info with the long lost Richard Foster.
Yeah. Well, he's had quite a few travels to entertain us about.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Oh, there are lobster stickers. So we had this as an idea of like only in places where the lobster has been.
Yeah.
But I got bored. So there is a lobster sticker in Nashville Airport. I'm not going to say where, but there is one.
Okay.
And there is a lobster sticker in Boston Airport as well.
I will definitely.
And the lobster sticker is hidden in a wall of lobsters.
Ooh. I will make sure to take some to Sunderland.
But if anyone,
if
anyone is listening and travelling through either of those airports,
yes,
keep your eyes out for a blue lobster sticker.
Yes, and if you are very interested, just let us know and we'll figure out a way to get some stickers
Yes.
to you.
Yes.
And I'll put some up somewhere in Sunderland where he probably hasn't been.
Well, thanks for the therapy session as always.
Yes. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Bye bye.